On today's episode of Open Box Policy,
we talked about the coronavirus and how we're all gonna die.
The whole world's gonna die.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
If the whole world
died? Yeah.
I
Who would
imagine that
know?
would be pretty fucking crazy.
I don't know.
I don't think anybody would know.
Anyway,
Would anyone know if we all died?
Yeah.
aliens.
The aliens
I
would.
can't handle this shit. We're in the intro. We should have talked about this in the fucking episode. You guys are fucking stupid.
Okay, we also talked about a couple of other things, but you can just listen and hear it for yourself.
Yeah.
Also, tell us your thoughts about the coronavirus on our socials. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Yes. At OBP_raw.
Or if you would like to send us an email, please reach out to us at obppodcast@gmail.com.
Thornton asked me on a date. I was like, how old are you? He was like 18. I was like, I'm 36. And I'm wearing a wedding ring.
Wait, who did?
The guy at Thornton's, that guy behind the cashier behind the counter, he asked me out on a date, and I was like, how old are you? And he was like 18, and I'm like, I'm 36, and I'm married. And he was like, oh.
Yeah.
And then he started talking about
that was your
Cracker
go-to.
Barrel.
That was your go-to. Well,
That's a
I'm
way to
36. It wasn't even like I'm happily married.
Well,
find that
I
whole
was
thing
hoping that he
odd.
would like be like, oh, but that didn't seem
I'm
to bother
into
him.
older
So then
women.
the next thing was like, I'm married.
So that poses an interesting scenario. I always feel like that is so forward to just ask random women out that it can actually border on something that might be similar to kind of harassment.
Well, he asked me to Cracker Barrel.
But how often does
Oh,
that happen?
fancy.
How many times a day? How many fucking times a
I mean,
day
think about
does
how many
this dude
people
ask
he
someone out?
sees working at the Thorntons off Old Hickory.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was. I don't know why we were talking about. Oh, he asked me randomly, do you like Cracker Barrel?
What size bra do you wear?
It was super weird, and I was like, yeah, I don't. And he's like, do you go a lot? And I was like, no, not as much as I like. You know, last time I went, I was going down to New Orleans for Mardi Gras. I go, no, Crime Con. And he was like, ooh, what's that? And I was like, just this crime thing. And he's like,
Meanwhile,
I love Cracker
30
Barrel.
people are behind you waiting to get checked out.
Yeah.
And then he was like, maybe we could go to Cracker Barrel together, like on a date. And I was like, how old are you?
I'll bring my husband and 2 kids.
Yeah. Can you pay for all of us?
Exactly.
I do
Yeah.
love some fucking Cracker Barrel.
I do come
and
with
Glenn
baggage.
hates Cracker Barrel. Maybe I should.
That would have been so funny
whoa.
if you were
How-
like,
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
if you were like, yeah, I'll meet you there, and you guys set up a date, and you just bring Glenn and your 2 kids.
Yeah. How the hell can Glenn?
He hates Cracker Barrel.
That is impossible.
Ask him. I never get to go to Cracker Barrel anymore. I do when I am with like my sister, like when me and her love Cracker Barrel, or when I'm driving somewhere. But like Glenn will never stop at Cracker Barrel. He hates Cracker Barrel. I don't know what it is.
Why?
I think he gets overwhelmed by all the shit in the lobby. I'm almost 100% sure that's what it is.
It's so American that it just like completely makes him nauseous.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just an ode to everything Southern American.
I
And
know. I fucking love Cracker Barrel though. You get breakfast all day, and they have so much food there.
I could
Holy
eat Cracker
shit.
Barrel every day
Me
of
too.
every week.
Me too. Maybe
Absolutely.
we should get married instead, because I'd eat Cracker Barrel all the time.
Yeah.
I never get it anymore. I never get Cracker Barrel anymore.
Yeah.
Fuck. Pisses me off.
We've talked
Just go
about
by
that before.
yourself.
We could like just leave Glenn like off to
Just step in.
yeah, because I'm friends with him. You know.
Kids like you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then you and I have really great restaurant choices, and yeah, it's just like a big
We
love
can
triangle.
DoorDash and
Yeah.
Cracker Barrel all the time.
Yeah,
And you saw the kids
For some
too.
reason, the kids never know your name. They just call you Josh all the time.
yeah. Those little bastards. I went over there recently, and they kept calling me Josh all
Aw.
day.
That's my. Those are.
Yeah, I was like, okay, all right. You know, you know what I mean. You know how like you're as an adult, you just get to a point where you're like, all right.
They're already being assholes
Yeah,
to you.
I've had enough of this shit. Go to bed.
You fucking.
Yeah. I'm going to leave. And they're like, yeah. I'm like, oh, that's no. Like, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! Completely unrelated. Did you see that a girl that I went to high school and was in Texas at a bar and saw my roller skating video on Chive TV at the bar.
Really?
In Texas. She posted on my wall. I went to high school with her. She was like, oh my God, I'm dying. I'm sitting in a bar. I know her and her husband. We both went to high school together.
Yeah.
And she goes, we just saw your roller skating video on Chive TV at this Texas bar. And then her husband chimed in a comment after and was like, yeah, we were yelling, I know her.
That's really
Wait,
cool.
what roller skating?
Went viral.
Have I missed this?
You don't know the roller? Yeah. It's a roller skating video. We went roller skating a couple weeks ago and took the kids. And I thought it'd be so nice for Porter to try it. It was not. And Glenn decided to take a video. I had fallen and Porter had fallen. And I couldn't stand up because I couldn't get Porter to stand up. So then I decided to just put him on my hip and kind of scoot across the roller skating ring.
It's hilarious.
But then I lose my footing, and so I'm literally crawling with him on my hip, and everybody's sitting there laughing at me,
And everyone's
I'm yelling,
just skating past her, like in front and
tons
behind
of
her.
people,
Fucking bitch.
and I'm
It's
yelling,
like she's crossing
and
like
I'm yelling, help me!
Yeah, it's like she's crossing a busy lane of traffic,
It was the
dragging
worst.
a baby.
And Glenn's
of course
just
the baby,
videotaping, laughing, and
and the
Porter's
kids are
legs are
dying.
fucking
Yeah.
like this up in the air with roller skates on. And I finally get to the edge, and he stops recording. What you don't see is as I got to the edge, the quote-unquote referee guy comes over and finally is like, do you need help? And I was like, did you see all of these
It's too
8
fucking
people?
late now, ref.
Yeah, there were 8 grown adults we were with who all just stood there and were laughing as Glenn videotaped and saw me struggling. And
And
Elle's
it's
over
on
here
Chive?
dancing.
Why is it on Chive?
So Glenn, Chive does this thing that's like funny videos of the week for $25,000. And I was
Oh,
like,
shit.
well, fucking put it in there.
He submitted it?
Yeah. But it didn't, they obviously didn't win because there are lots of fucking funny videos. But I guess in terms of submitting it, now they can use it because we just did it for this contest, this weekly contest they do. Because I'll love to win $25,000.
Yeah.
Right.
It obviously didn't win because Glenn and Jamie are not making love on a bet of $25,000 right now. Like pouring out champagne on money.
Glenn has like 6 hot tubs out in the backyard.
Yeah, all of them inflatable.
He just dives from each one like a dolphin, just going in and out of fucking
So-
hot tubs.
Yep.
This girl at work was talking about hot tubs a few days ago, and she was saying that she had found this really incredible deal in a hot tub it had a little bit of damage, but it was $450, and
It was a real one.
a real one,
Okay.
for $450. But they're a real pain in the ass to move around, obviously.
Yeah.
But Glenn,
Of course.
I can't remember how it happened. He works right behind her computer, and he popped his head up like a meerkat, and he was like, inflatable, $300, and it was like,
Yes.
I was like, I'm gonna be honest, like Glenn's hot tub was pretty badass, and he was like, basically telling her like, I think you got ripped off. You could have bought a hot tub for $300. It's inflatable.
You could and you could sit in there with only one other person.
Yeah,
All right.
it is. It's uncomfortably small,
But it is
It's hilarious.
It is hilarious.
Some guy's pouring his heart out about being addicted to crack, and he's like, hold on, mate. Hold on. Inflatable hot tub.
Yeah, it was good. It was really good timing because he was just overhearing it,
You just heard hot
Jamie.
tub and he was like, whoop. What?
So, question I've been dying to ask. Did you pollute the city of, where'd you go, Phoenix, Arizona?
Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Close
Close.
Okay, close. Yeah, pretty close.
You know what I did, but
you
you know
pollute
what
the city with stickers?
I did, but you know what I failed to do?
Take any pictures
Take
of it?
any pictures or videos.
Oh my god.
But what I can do is I can have my sister's boyfriend, because he put one on his station at his tattoo shop.
Oh, that's cool.
Send that picture. He has
Good.
like a cab with all these different stickers on it. It's tattoo. I don't know if it's called a cab, whatever it is. He put one on there, so I'll have him send
Yeah,
that.
fuck yeah. Have him send it in as a fan so we can be a poser to all of our.
Well, and then we
people
could
that
like shout out his studio and stuff like that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like a little bit of back
It's
and
an
forth
awesome
reciprocation.
It's an awesome studio. It's
Yeah.
the coolest fucking shop. It's
And you
awesome.
got a
It's
tattoo.
like I did get a tattoo. Yep,
Hell
I
yeah.
did.
We'll have to put it up on socials.
It's still healing, but it's just itchy now. Maybe we'll wait a week and then I'll do it because I want it to be healed. But he's awesome.
want it to
The
be
shop was
cured.
awesome. Santa Fe was beautiful. I guess I didn't know what I was going to be flying into, and I thought it was going to be, I don't know, deserty and flat, but it was very mountainous, and then where his shop is like deep into the mountains.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
it's this little place called Taos. And
I've heard of Taos.
Everything's Adobe style. It's beautiful.
That's badass.
Yeah. And in Santa Fe, buildings can't be over 3 stories, and everything has to be like a certain color scheme. So driving through there, all the buildings, even like the McDonald's, are all like Adobe style and colored, and so you can see all the surrounding scenery. It's fucking badass. I would definitely go there again.
I've always loved Nashville. There's a lot of great cities that are much better than Nashville.
Yeah.
And Nashville is becoming incredibly dirty and filthy. Like even since you've left, Evan, every road has got trash all over it. Nobody takes care of anything anymore. It's overblown. It's overgrown. My dad just sent me a text. He said North Nashville, like the, borough, basically, like North Nashville's kind of like
Henderson?
a little,
like Hendersonville,
like
that far
Hendersonville
north?
and around that area.
Madison.
Yeah.
But some like those are getting into a different county. He sent me a text and he said the zip code 37208 North Nashville has the highest crime rate of any zip code in America, beating New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, Atlanta, and all others. He was like, it's mind-blowing. He said carjackings are way up.
I know in East Nashville, I'm part of the East Nashville page from when I lived over there.
Yeah.
And I'm still part of it. And every day there is at least 5 carjacking. People are posting my car got stolen. Or, what, did anybody hear those shots? And there's back and forth. I heard them. There were 4 around blah, 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 blah. And it's like a common occurrence. But people are moving up there and spending $500,000 on those tall ass houses.
Yeah, it's fucking insane.
And I don't know what are they hoping it's going to turn around? Because it is worse than it was when I lived there. And that was 7 years ago.
Yes, their gentrification. They keep hoping that we will gentrify it to a point where they all have to go move somewhere else. And the problem is that it's not happening fast enough. And during gentrification, a lot of times crime rates will go up because the people that are being gentrified basically are pissed.
Yeah, and there are a lot of nice houses with lots of expensive things in it going up nearby.
These statistics brought to you by Open Box Policy.
Yeah, these statistics with no numbers backing them up. It's all anecdotal.
Statistics based off of our own opinions.
We are experts.
Brought to you by Open Box Policy.
Yeah, it's all anecdotal. Everything's anecdotal. But
speaking of personal opinions, what do you guys think about this whole COVID-19 coronavirus shit?
At first, my initial reaction to it was, this is just another SARS, another bird flu, another this, another that. Everyone's freaking out about it, and they're saying how awful it is. But I started kind of looking back through some of the other stuff, like Ebola and all that. And I think you sent us a funny text about it, Devin.
I sent it.
All of those things didn't spread this fast. This is like wildfire.
Yeah.
And we are actively trying to contain it. There were stories of these little towns around China where it actually broke out, which we're going to get to because it's coincidentally there's a big medical and biological weapons lab there.
I thought they traced it originally. I thought they traced it back originally to a market.
People are saying that a lot of these stories are just theory, that they're trying to divert our attention from what really happened.
So what do they think really happened?
We'll get to it. But they're saying that in these towns that people are literally chained or locked in their homes. Yeah. And they're not allowing people out because it's spreading so fast, and that it's just this total nightmare. They're saying that already that when it's hitting developed areas let's just say Italy or Brazil or wherever it's hitting now, that they're sending everyone home and saying do all of your work from home.
And school at work at home too.
Yeah, because we don't want anyone, if you spread if you stop the spread, obviously it'll die eventually, but it's actually, my initial opinion was, this is bullshit. Flu kills more people. Common cold kills more people. Cheese kills more people. Cholesterol kills more people. But
obesity.
Yeah, exactly. Doritos kill more people. But this is spreading and it's enough where you're seeing all these governments like get really freaked out about it,
panicky.
And I mean, for Christ's sake, there were like a couple cruise ships that were just roaming around in the ocean.
I think there is still one that just got turned away from Jamaica that was supposed to board.
Yes, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So Jamie, right before we started talking about this, what was your initial reaction? You tell me that. I'm curious.
Kind of the same. I kind of thought it was okay. It's one more, say swine flu and all that stuff.
Yeah, swine flu. Yeah.
But obviously this is, the panic. I've seen pictures and videos from where, the source of the outbreak or the area. And it's, same. There are people who have like these locking mechanisms. How I saw this video, like inside of their house, it's so high up so that their kids can't get out and nobody can get in. And everybody's just kind of locked away. I don't know. It's weird. I mean,
I'm kind of in the same boat. Like the way I think about it now is kind of the same way I thought about it when it first came up. I mean, I think it's just a mass panic, and that's what's breathing the most life into it. I know it's like spreading and stuff like that, but honestly, I think it's just like another flu.
They just confirmed.
So you don't believe it's a big deal?
The third.
I don't. No.
They just confirmed the first 3. How did they? I was reading it to you. How did they? What was the quote unquote they called it? Basically,
people
first
that
3
had no contact with anyone,
with anybody,
or they can't trace it. So there's a couple cases in California
2
where
California and 1 in Oregon.
They have no idea how these people got it, and they're freaking out because these people have been in contact with tons of people.
Like one lady was hospitalized, and then it was like a week before they found out she had it. So there's like 100 healthcare workers who worked at that hospital who then potentially could have gotten it within that week, and then because it has an incubation period of like 2 weeks, and then could have spread it to other patients or whatever. So obviously, and then the second one they diagnosed within 24 hours, and she lives 90 minutes from the first lady who got it, but they don't know each other. And then the third one is in Oregon, and none of them know each other, so they can't really figure out. None of them traveled overseas or been in contact with anybody who's been overseas, so they don't really know.
It does kind of frighten me that there's no vaccination yet. Mm-hmm. So that's like the scariest thing to me. But honestly, I think it's just like a mass panic, and it's another strain of some kind of flu. You know?
And hopefully, it'll be like all the other ones that will die down here soon. I mean, it's easy for us to say over here because we're not dealing with the full holy shitness of like
East
other
Coast,
areas
baby.
that are more affected and in quarantine. I'm sure those people would fucking hate us if they were listening.
So obviously I think it's bigger than the flu, but what I don't believe, like the original story, they told us that there were these people in China that were eating like bats or dried bats or some bullshit. So, and which, admittedly, I can be a little gullible sometimes because I just want to believe that what I'm hearing or what I'm seeing or what people are telling me is accurate. I just don't want to always be the guy that's like, conspiracy. But it sounded so fucking stupid. It sounded so fucking stupid that even my bullshit radar went off. I was like, okay, sounds bullshit. So I got this guy that I work with that is a sleuth, if you will. Mm-hmm. And he will pour himself into something. He's very historical, very accurate. He gets so pissed off when he watches movies and there's anything in that movie that's not like 100% accurate. He'll just be like, the whole movie is shit. So he's that kind of guy.
So what you're saying is go see a historical movie in theaters with him.
Ooh, what's that one with Nicolas Cage?
I don't know. We're about to get off track. I can feel
he would probably hate that.
Yeah.
He would fucking hate National Treasure.
Yeah, that's it. National Treasure, 100% historically accurate. Yeah. There is a city of gold right below the national monuments. So he was talking about this, and he said, in that city, there's like not a bioterrorism or a bioweapons factory, but there is like a CDC style operation where they actually study really, really like bad sicknesses and viruses, and they have the capability of actually like creating these like bioweapons. And we know every country has like a group of people that look at bioweapons. And so far, I think there have been 8 scientists that have quietly all been arrested and indicted. One of them was a Harvard scientist that had been traveling back and forth to China, and right before the outbreak, he like traveled back over to the United States, and I think they arrested him in the United States. It's all been quiet. So people, and I started reading articles today about it. There are more and more articles like New York Post, Washington Post, all these articles coming out saying that there are a lot of fingers now starting to point at this was a developed virus that
accidentally got out, or
that accidentally got out.
Okay.
And that's one of the reasons why it spreads like so
fuck
fast
that up?
And so well. But it's
I love
China.
a good conspiracy theory.
You know what I mean? Like if that's your job to like make deadly things or study deadly things, like be fucking careful.
So here's what's fucking crazy. A day or two, or let's say within the week that they finally like released everything about the coronavirus back in January or no, back in like December, whenever it first came out. Within that week, China drafted a new, let's say, law or resolution. And the title of it was basically, I can look it up, but it's basically like stopping or improving improving security at biological factories and whatever.
That should have been
like basically saying that
earlier.
There's no way that this should have ever gotten out. So now we're going to like improve all of our checks and balances at these bioweapons factories.
I remember when it first came out, they were, they claimed they had found patient 0, but obviously since it has an incubation period of 2 weeks,
it's hard to tell.
Yeah, like how could
That's crazy, dude. I'm like
Yes.
head over heels for a good conspiracy theory.
Me too.
All the time.
So the more you look into it and the more you read about it, you can quickly, like, of course, if the website leads you off on some link and it's some like random blog post, you're probably going to get something that's not as accurate, assuming. But I mean, it didn't take me very long at all.
Have they said
read.
what they probably not charge these doctors with?
I didn't get into it enough. Mike, I don't want to say his name. The guy that I work with.
That's happened too many times.
I know, because I just get off. He was going to tell me, and I can't remember if he did, and I don't think that he did, but conspiracy to commit blah 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 blah. Whatever.
Biological warfare.
Yeah, and it's like. There is a lot of money in bioweapons. Imagine if you're developing bioweapons and a terrorist organization or another country says, we don't have anything like this. We would pay you an incredible sum of money.
Yeah.
If we could just have it and study it and see like how even if it was under the auspice of, we don't want to use it. We just want to know what you all have been working on. Secrets. People pay for secrets all the time.
Yeah.
So he kind of spun it to me that way, that it wasn't malicious, but these guys were basically bargaining and selling these really awful things off to other countries or elsewhere so they could study it.
Wow.
And that it got out.
Someone fucked up.
Well, yeah, and I mean,
dropped a vial.
Would you want to see that in the news, or would you rather see like small Chinese town eating bats, someone gets sick,
Yeah.
more news at 10.
PETA,
You don't want to create
PETA
panic.
prefers the second part. They jumped all over that shit. They were like, eating meat spreads the coronavirus.
Yeah. Are you
Did
serious?
you guys see that? Yeah, I'm dead serious.
I didn't,
It's
but I
PETA,
believe it
it's
because they'll
it was
jump
the
in on
UK
anything.
PETA. Stop fucking
Really?
talking over me, Jamie.
Jesus fucking Christ, Devin. Go take a nap.
The
I will.
UK PETA said that eating meat spreads the
For sure. Look, hold on. I'll look this shit up right now.
That's insane.
I believe it. They jump in on anything they can. Anything.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. I don't want to die, and I don't really feel like getting sick either. So I just got over being sick, and it was terrible. If for some odd reason it starts to spread across the United States, I'll probably get pretty tense. And I work in a petri dish anyway. We just had the flu and some awful stomach virus ravage.
I mean, having kids is like a petri dish.
Yeah,
Both
I know.
of them go to school and
Well, I
then
don't
they
have kids.
bring shit home.
I will.
At my house.
If it starts spreading, I will tell my job, like, I can faithfully work and do my job from home. I will stay at home. Like,
Yeah.
that's I'm not getting out. I'm not going to get sick. I don't know, dude. I mean, the flu's bad enough.
Yeah.
All right, so here it is. This is actually on PETA.org.uk, and it says coronavirus may be related to meat eating, sources warn. And then they go into this long-ass article about how emerging diseases, like 75% of them, originate within animals, blah, blah, blah. Leading scientist doesn't want you to eat meat because of the spread of the coronavirus. Go vegan face masks. They're just trying to sell those. What the fuck? It says these face masks say it has a biohazard symbol on it. And it says meat markets breed killer diseases. Go vegan.
Just wear a white one with nothing on it.
Dude. PETA
God.
is another breed, man.
They're a freaking nutcase.
Well, and I mean, you see all the celebrities that support PETA. I mean, they eat that shit up.
I mean, I mean, PETA does stand for some good things, but a lot of the time they're just fucking nuts. So, they're nuts.
I would like to treat animals ethically. I like that, but it's like the ethical treatment of animals just goes entirely
Into
Yeah.
a
too
deep
far.
rabbit hole. Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, a rabbit hole. Nice. Yeah,
Yep.
a vegan rabbit hole.
A deep salad hole.
I believe that the coronavirus is more so than SARS and all that other bullshit. It has spread so fast, and it's spread to so many continents, and people are kind of freaking out about it. And I think some of it is warranted. I think it's probably bad. Of course, we're going to end up probably coming up with a vaccination for it. It'll mutate. It'll probably change. And realistically, what were those numbers you read earlier? Well, right now, we're at about 83,000 people, 84,000 people.
84,000 infected and 2,743 deaths.
Dead.
So
It's like a 30% death
Yeah.
rate. Just math off the top of my head that I did on my phone.
30%?
Yeah.
I don't
That's
think.
30%?
Swear to God.
Is that? No way.
Hold on.
Oh, here we go fucking
Here we
math
go
again. All
again.
three of us. God damn it.
No, that's
Sorry,
not
I forgot
30.
one decimal place. It's 3%.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way.
Sorry, we need 27,000 people to be dead.
You have to be 30%. I'm like, am I crazy?
Here's the thing. Would you contract the coronavirus if you became a math wizard?
I bet not. We're all fucked.
Well, I bet you. You want to go off on a small tangent? I bet you, for the most part, that if you look at a cross section of the 80-something thousand people that got infected, that number one, they're probably lower income. The majority of them.
Poverty.
They might have a tendency to not be the cleanest and the most well hygienic or hygiened people.
Age.
And
the lady in California was like 65 and already had respiratory issues.
Yeah,
so
and that just fucked her.
and like maybe already have like a maybe a weakened immune system and stuff because
Oh,
I mean,
shit. That's me.
dudes, I heard like people. So everyone talks. I'm just going to use this as an example. Everybody talks about brown recluses. Everyone's scared shitless of brown recluses. You hear them all the time, especially in the South. It's wet. It's damp.
When I first moved here, it was like, holy shit, they'll kill you.
So statistically, it's like a brown recluse bite will only turn into something that's bad like 10% of the time.
And if you don't seek treatment, like when I moved here, it made it sound like at the bit you would die immediately.
Yeah.
And then after I lived here, I found out, no, that's not how it works at all.
I was reading about it, and they said, like, if you're in a room with 10 people, like 9 of them have probably all been bitten and didn't know it.
Yeah.
What?
Like they probably
that.
just, or it's something crazy. Like 8 out of 10. It's like they got like a really bad bug bite and they're like, wow, man, that's like a bad bug bite. But it doesn't turn into something awful because most people's bodies' immune systems are strong enough to like fight it off.
These OBP statistics are getting out of hand.
Well, you know what? I could see that because, you know, if you get a bug bite, as long as it doesn't start to corrode your skin, you just kind of move on with your life. You don't report it. The ones that get reported and are the ones that people go to the hospital and they go, well, look, my skin's rotting off. It's like, oh, that's a fucking brown recluse.
Yeah. So, I mean, they basically said that it happens all the time. It's just the body just fights it off and it's not that big of a deal. And I think that a lot of times, you know, people that get really sick, like, are not washing their hands and are not taking care of themselves. And, you know, not really sick, but if you took a cross section of this, that it's not like, you know, it's not hitting like a high income neighborhood.
Fucking Bill Gates. Bill Gates is still healthy.
It's like in the slums. People in the slums are getting sick.
Well, that's shit.
And I don't know if you've ever been on a cruise
man.
ship. It's a slum.
Yeah,
zombie movies, zombie viruses start in the slums.
They always start in the fucking inner city, man. Yeah.
The inner city caused the coronavirus.
Maybe that's the reason why the crime rates in Nashville have gotten so high. Maybe we're right on the cusp of like a zombie or like coronavirus apocalypse.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'm ready for it.
Maybe it's already happening. That's why they shoot each other so much.
Who shoots each other?
Oh, just the people in East Nashville. They everybody shooting each other.
Just East Nashville, they just shoot each other.
Yeah, in the high crime areas.
You know what's crazy though? Anna just celebrated 10 years with her company, and they are granting her $4,000 to go on a trip of her choice. She has booked that trip, and she's going to fucking Middle and Eastern Europe to where the coronavirus is spreading. So that's fucking cool.
What is?
Coincidentally, she's quitting this company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way to go, Anna, for sticking around until you got like your fucking bonus.
Yeah, you go on vacation and say fuck off when you get back.
Should have just mic dropped.
So you're not going? Is she just going by herself?
Super proud of her for taking a trip to Europe, but the coronavirus, you know.
But is she going? She's going by herself.
Yeah, she has a friend out in Germany that she's gonna stay with. That's in the
she's
military.
Gonna find a German dude. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. But I told her if she decides to leave, at least like throw me some of that money, you know.
Well, see, the cool thing is by the time she goes to Europe, and let's just say she did find like, you know, some German dude, when she came back home, if you keep going at the pace and the rate you're doing right now, you'll look like Charlie Hunnam by then. So
hell yeah, dude.
When's she going?
Like soon, like mid-March.
I hope she doesn't get over there and then she can't get back.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping too. I'm not really worried about the coronavirus because she's she's got a good immune system. She's healthy. Not that this prevents it, but she does have a flu shot, so that is a higher chance of, you know, not getting something else. So I'm not really worried about it. I'm just worried about her like being quarantined because it's like just starting to spread throughout those types of countries and stuff, like Germany and stuff. So I'm excited for a trip, but you know, if you get quarantined over there, I can't really save you. I'm not Liam fucking Neeson.
I told someone at work today, I said, have you seen like any of the people in the hospital with the coronavirus? And, you know, they're like, no. I'm like, it's terrible. Like everybody's got like a sack of saline and a sack of Corona, like sitting right next to them. Like they're pushing fluids. They're pushing saline and Corona because that's the only thing that'll kill the coronavirus, you know?
I read something, I don't know if it was clickbait, but Corona beer is actually taking a pretty big hit from people not drinking Corona beer.
Oh, it wouldn't surprise me.
Dude, people are so fucking stupid, man.
I know.
Yeah, it's like indirect marketing basically, and it can go both ways. Like was it Skittles or M&Ms that the little kid was leaving on the floor for ET?
Reese's
Pieces.
Yeah, Reese's Pieces.
if you look that up, their sales went up hundreds of percent,
yeah.
like
I fucking love
hundreds of
Reese's
percent.
Pieces.
It was totally insane.
Yeah.
That's
How
actually, we learned this in a college class. That was actually one of the first movies that used like a product placement, so to speak. And then after that, like the product placement movies changed the fucking game.
Yeah, it's totally insane. And you might have been one of the people that I talked about that before, about like how, that it like broke the mold.
Yeah.
Everyone went crazy.
And that was such a nonchalant, and that was like the first movie to do it. Now they're just getting super blatant with it. Like they might as well put a promotional video within the fucking show. You know?
Music videos, like when they have the phones, and it'll be like
iPhone.
up at the camera, or like it's there was some video I watched recently, and it was a vodka, obviously, and they're just sitting around
God.
And it's not even like they're it's just like a dancing with the bottle really close to the camera, and it's like, fuck,
right in your face, yeah.
Stop, just don't be so blatant about it.
Yeah.
Man, maybe I would have gotten that if I saw it at the store, but now I don't want to do it because it just pisses me off. I don't want to buy your shit.
That would be like that indirect,
shit.
like negative marketing that like people like us are like, I will never buy that. If
right?
you told me it was the best vodka on the fucking planet because it was in a rap video, I'd be like, nope.
No, and it was like a Jonas Brothers video or some shit.
Oh, that's even worse,
I mean, it was
dude.
like, yeah.
I'm gonna go burn the factory down.
I know, fucking shit.
Yeah, dude, that's terrible.
Yeah,
that's terrible.
Oh my god, they get so blatant with that stuff. And if it's any kind of like liquid or like canned drink, bottle drink in a TV show or movie, they always have the labels facing out. Always,
Yes.
like no matter what angle, it's like the labels facing that angle.
I just saw a commercial for a new reality show that's coming on MTV, and it's all of the young female family of the Bushes, the beer. Like now we're getting their own reality show.
I was thinking of like the Alaskan Bush
like
people.
The beer. And I was just thinking, like, who the fuck gave them a show? But they're all like young and blonde and hot, so they're like, let's give them a show. Oh, and look, they're heirs to this beer.
They're
company.
drinking beer.
Yeah.
I'd give anything to be the heir of a beer company. I would give anything to be an heir of anything. Anything like a styrofoam cup company.
And you'd fucking be rich as shit.
Yeah.
What about dildos?
I was just going to say dildos. I was going to say dildos too.
Yeah. That one would be, I'd probably be just like a drunken, like slurry bastard because I would be so happy that I was so rich, but also like you can't,
You'd be handing
everywhere
out
you
dildos
go,
everywhere.
people would be like, that's the dildo guy.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, the dildo guy's here.
Yeah, they would just call you dildo.
Yeah,
you know?
fucking get it, guys.
Hey, King Dildo.
Here's a moral dilemma. What if you were the heir of an opioid company, and the leader died? Your father, I keep wanting to say leader of the company. That's not what the fuck it is. The head of the company. Jesus Christ, the head of the company.
And they just
dies, and they pass it on to you. What are you going to do with that opioid?
You are responsible. Well, and it's billions of dollars. A
chunk of them got arrested.
Opioid companies had to pay back billions and billions of dollars to I don't even know where the hell it went, but they got I don't even know who got on. What are they going to do? Give it to the addicts?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Here, go get really good shit now.
Yeah. I was about to say, go get another drug.
Yeah, a bunch of Suboxone manufacturers over in Britain. There was do y'all know what Suboxone is?
Yes.
So
because one of the
it's one of the methods that you can substitute. You can use it to substitute instead of taking opiates, and it can keep you off of opiates. But it's basically an opiate.
Yeah.
So it's just like trading one drug for another that's cleaner and doesn't really hurt you. But the manufacturer got sued because of a massive lawsuit. Because they're called strips. They're these little sublingual strips that you put under your tongue and they dissolve, and they have like a really nice taste, and they're also really easy to get. And they found out that tons of kids were starting to use this shit and then getting strung out on it because it can kind of give you a little bit of an opiate style effect. And then, of course, like when that runs out, what do? They go and get other shit. And now they're hooked on opiates. And they're starting with something that tastes really good, So it's like those Four Locos. like this is alcohol, but it tastes like Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
So now you got like a 14-year-old shit-faced at his mom's house drinking Four Locos.
I was just reading this blog post the other day about this girl who found out that every morning on the way to work her dad would drink a Truly because he didn't know it was alcoholic. he thought it was like the flavored water. And he'd been doing it for months, and he mentioned it, and she was like, that's fucking alcoholic. And he was like, what? I have one every day on the way to work.
And they're not light alcohol. They're like 6%, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. But you can't taste it. I mean, obviously you can't. But he was drinking one every day on the way to work, like a little morning, little morning water.
I broke down. I was alone.
Oh no!
And did you drink a White Claw?
I drank about a 12-pack of White Claw. Yeah.
Oh my God! I don't even drink it unless I'm on the boat because
Jesus.
So I was at a convenience store. It was late. I was lonely. Everybody was busy.
Were you already drunk? Because what made you pick that out of all the things you could have fucking picked?
I'm getting to it. So I might have had a beer in me. I was like, I need more beer. It's like a Sunday afternoon and everyone's busy and I hate myself because I am, like alone, or what, whatever. It's stupid. So I go and I'm walking around and I pick up a 6-pack of beer. And then it's white, it's clean, the marketing was great, and they have they've got all these different brands, and I picked one up and it had like 3 different flavors.
Oh, you got the assortment pack.
Yeah, grapefruit and
like assorted 12-pack.
Raspberry, but it was spelled like RAZZ, like raspberry.
Razzatazz.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? I murdered those things because they just each one of them
they're tasty.
It's crazy. They just disappear until I had a head splitting headache.
And you're still alone and you're like, fuck, I drank all the goddamn White Claw.
Yeah, I just felt guilty. I felt guilty.
Did you feel embarrassed?
Yes. The funny thing is that the next day I was having someone that was going to come to my house, and I had to like run in my kitchen and like get rid of all the evidence.
Oh no!
Like make sure it was all thrown away.
That's hilarious.
I didn't want like anyone to know.
You were so ashamed of the claw.
It was.
I really only drink it like when I'm boating, just because. Yeah. I don't know.
Apparently, like. I thought this was just like a girl's drink, to be honest, if we're sexualizing it. But I've heard like a lot of like frat bros drink White Claws.
Well, there are some bars who have White Claw on tap now that you can get.
White Claw on tap?
Yeah, well, and why not? Just like any other canned beer on tap. But there are certain bars that have that on tap now. I mean, think about all the people who come in there who drink White Claw at home or on the weekends, and now they can just get it in a glass.
Yeah. It literally embarrassed me. I was embarrassed to buy it, but I figured the guy would be like, "Oh, you buying this for your girlfriend?" You know what I mean? Like, there's no fucking way this 300-pound dude with a beard's buying this shit. You know, like, but it's dangerous. Ultimately, what I'm saying is, it is dangerous because it just disappears. Mm-hmm. It just disappears.
It tastes like flavored water.
Yes,
and it's just like,
it's crazy. Like when you drink a beer, you've had a beer. You drink straight whiskey. You drink a stiff whiskey cocktail. You're like, whoo, man! I just had some like alcohol. Same
with the wine too.
The wine too. It's tart. It's dry.
You can taste the alcohol in it.
Yeah,
but
you feel kind of nasty drinking it.
It disappears.
Yeah.
What if that were the cure for coronavirus?
White Claw.
Yeah.
Drinking White Claws.
Well, you'll have to do it again in private if you ever get
Wait,
the coronavirus.
How many would I have to drink?
It's undetermined.
It's undetermined. You just drink White Claw and hopefully the coronavirus.
He's going to go to his lab and he'll get back to us on those numbers.
If I were in the marketing department of White Claw, I would say we need to leak some viral story that people that drink White Claw have a much lower likelihood of catching coronavirus.
Right.
They're staying hydrated.
It raises their immune system.
Yep.
Yep.
The anti-corona.
We should start the same
Claw.
thing, except start that listening to OBP can prevent you from catching the coronavirus.
And more importantly, donating to maybe some sort of GoFundMe
Correct.
would also prevent.
If you're a sponsor and you wanted to sponsor the episodes, that could also help prevent the coronavirus.
And the more money, the more immune you will be.
Yes.
Correct.
This seems logical to me.
It is logical. I mean, I can see how we went from one thing to another.
Yeah, if you're a small business and you're worried about the coronavirus, we could seal up all your doors and windows with OBP stickers. And
I will come and I will come and spritz everybody with some Windex.
Yeah.
Make them feel like
Isn't it so weird? I was thinking about this a few days ago. Like, I will clean anything with Windex. It's just fucking alcohol with like a little bit of ammonia in it, and I swear to God, everything is like completely disinfected. It's so weird.
I only clean glass with Windex.
I clean my stovetop, my countertops.
Yeah.
I clean everything with Windex.
What?
There was a pretty big movement.
You don't
back
have like
few
a
years
separate
ago.
thing for countertops, like a separate spray, surface top cleaner?
No.
A separate spray.
Okay.
I do
I
weird.
guess that makes sense then.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he's
You know,
feeling
what
a
works
little
for you?
froggy while he's cleaning, he'll take a swig of it. It's a jack of all trades.
Yeah. I do weird stuff. But I've lived alone. You know, I've kind of been alone for a while, or I've lived alone, and
You clean everything with Windex and you drink White Claw.
yeah.
You can tell Adam's lived alone for a while because this has been a couple years ago now, but every time I came over to your house to record an episode, your refrigerator was fucking bone dry except for beer.
It's empty.
It's still, I mean,
Like,
It's not as
even
bad.
Like, you had
One
like a
time-
couple of condiments in the door, maybe, and there
Yeah.
wasn't even like that many.
one time I came and he had string cheese and I was so fucking, remember that?
Yeah.
And then every time after that I came, I asked for string cheese and you never had any more. And because you had nothing in there. And I was just like, fuck.
Because you ate all the string cheese.
Because that's all he had. I only had like one, but I was like, yeah, fucking have string cheese. I love it. And
Yeah,
then
I
the
kept
next
string
time-
cheese in here for like a month, and then I never bought it again. It's because I never go to the store. Yeah, I took a video about probably right before you left for Atlanta. One night, I got off work, and I don't know what I was thinking. You know, when you're just like, you're going through the motions, so you naturally come in, shoes off, keys on table. You're like, okay, I'm home now.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like, now I need to eat. And I opened my refrigerator, and it was just glass shelves, backlit with a nice like white blue light, and a 6-pack of beer, and there was only like 3 left. And I just stared at that, and I was like, this is what you are. This is what you've
who
become.
you are.
Yeah. I was like, dude, I'm so hungry, and I just want like.
You just need to get some stuff that will last a bit.
Yeah.
Then you can just do, stick it in there or stick it in your cupboards. Get something that lasts. It doesn't, go bad in, a week.
Yeah.
And then, fucking string cheese lasts forever.
Yeah. I need to get like a lot of boxes of
Salami.
rice and soup and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Some canned shit, yeah.
Yeah.
You need to get some meat and freeze it.
Yes. Or
Oh,
you go
I
to
hate
Kroger.
unfreezing stuff.
Well, I was going to say you can go to Kroger and get their homemade soup sealed. And then I do that and I put it in the freezer. And so when I know I'm going to have soup, like they have like a clam chowder and they have a baked potato soup, I take it out in the morning. I'm sorry. And by the time I come back, it's
Did you
I'm
say
thawed, it's good.
Kroger sells homemade soup?
They make their own soup there, and you can buy small tubs and big. They have a Thai chicken, a baked potato, clam chowder. I mean, they have like 20 different kinds, and they're fresh every day. So, but you can get it hot, or you can get the refrigerated sealed ones, and I buy them and stick them in the freezer for kind of, lazy dinner.
Damn, that's a good idea.
They're good.
Look at Kroger, man.
I
Kroger's
know.
taking that head on.
Yep. It's right by the deli section.
I'll have to check that out. I love soup. I love soup.
don't.
The only problem is that I'll pour like a half a bag of oyster crackers in there with it. And it's
Yeah.
like it totally negates. I'm like, wow, this is like healthy. This is Thai chicken
A
soup.
little bit of soup with my oyster
700
crackers.
calories of crackers and salt. And I'm pouring on it. I'm like, it's history.
It's not even soup anymore because the crackers just solidify it.
Yeah,
You know?
it's just like
It's
hot
soggy.
cereal.
It's
Yeah.
hot cereal.
Like,
Yeah.
it's like that's basically it. But it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I think
Just like-
out of us three, Adam's going to be the first to catch the coronavirus.
I think so too.
If I do, we'll have to chronicle it.
I'm not coming fucking near you.
You're gonna have to like lock yourself in your bedroom, set up one of those like web
I will
cameras.
send you a text every day and be like, "Are you still alive?" But
Yeah.
don't expect me to come and check on you because I am not getting that.
Then I'll chronicle it on our Instagram stories and whatnot.
But you know what? I see you pretty regularly. Usually within a 2-week period of time, you will probably give it to me within that incubation time, and I won't even know it. And then Devin, you're gonna have to continue this on your own because we'll both die.
Hell yeah. I'm sure all the listeners out there would be like, I would just love to hear Devin just talk for 45 minutes.
For 45
without
minutes.
anyone else.
That's when it'll get that's when we'll really start getting popular.
Right, yeah.
Like,
Listen to this
Just
dumbass
like-
talk about random things he doesn't have a clue about.
yeah.
I would just like to hear you sneeze violently for 45
That was
minutes.
absolutely hilarious.
I know. I've listened to it like 20 times.
Yes, it
Just
was
the beginning.
absolutely hilarious.
I listened to the beginning
Thanks.
like 20 times. I was like, that's enough. I'm done.
I'm glad
Yeah.
you guys find my sneezes hilarious.
It was loud and ridiculous.
Yeah. If you don't know what we're talking about, go to our last episode and start the intro, and you'll know what we're talking about.
Turn
It
the
was-
volume up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very fun.
Yeah, go to like, I almost said Radio Shack. Go to like Electronic Express or Best Buy. Hook it up to the loudest speaker in there and play that episode.
Yeah. That's actually not a bad idea.
There you go. Hey, it's a good way to spread the word of OBP.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, we're done talking about the coronavirus. You can stop freaking the fuck out about it. On the bright side, Ford shares are like $5 a piece, so you can throw in $100 and get like 20 shares of Ford. Anyway, this is
Really?
Devin.
This is Adam.
This is Jamie.